Hey, what's up, fragrance family? This is Tyler with Simply Fragrances, and today I'm bringing you my top 10 niche for life list. So these are going to be 10 niche fragrances that if I had to throw out everything else, these are the ones that I would keep for life. So if you want to see what this list is compiled of, be sure and keep it right here. Alright guys, welcome back. Like I said, my name is Tyler. This is my channel, Simply Fragrances, where we talk everything fragrance related. We're doing weekly fragrance rotations, we're doing fragrance reviews, we're doing top 10 lists, we're doing everything that really encompasses fragrances. So if that sounds like something that you want to be a part of, be sure and hit that red subscribe button. I would really appreciate that. Give the video a thumbs up. And also, if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for the love and support you have shown over this past year, guys. We're almost to our milestone of 1,000. Super excited about that. So really excited for that. And I'll be doing a giveaway whenever I get there. So as I get closer to that, I'll be giving out more details of what that's going to look like. So these are going to be my top 10 for life niche edition. So if I had to get rid of all of my other niches and only keep 10, as of right now, this is what I would keep. And I'm probably going to do this every year, just because as new fragrances come out, as we acquire new fragrances, as our taste and just who we are as a person develops, I think that is important to, show, hey, this is what I'm rocking with right now. Maybe it's different than last year. Maybe something on here is the same, but I think it's kind of cool and interesting to see how as people, our taste and our style, it changes. So really excited to bring this for you, and I'm gonna make this a tag video, but I'm gonna leave this as an open tag. So if you see this and you want to do this, you want to let others know what your top 10 niche would be sure and do so. I also made a designer list on that, so if you're seeing this, be sure to go check that out and you'll be tagged there as well. So I do have 2 honorable mentions, and I'll explain those. So let's go ahead and knock those out. So first on the list for the honorable mention, this is Parfums de Marly, and this is Latent Exclusive. Now, man, this stuff, it just smells so freaking good. The only reason why right now it's an honorable mention is because I haven't got to spend enough time with it. I really haven't, had any significant moments in my life to wear this, or it just hasn't really captivated me in such a way that, it would just be something that I couldn't live without. But it is a dang good fragrance. I love this stuff. Smells super amazing, but it's not quite there to that for life list yet. So honorable mention number 1 is Latent Exclusive. And then the absolutely only reason why this is an honorable mention is because of the newer formulations. Now you'll see what I'm talking about. So this is Creed's Millésime Imperial. This is a 2015 batch. So if they still smelled like this would definitely be on the list, hands down. Only caveat is the newer batches, super watered down, performance is terrible, longevity is trash. I get 2.5 hours tops off of it. But this stuff right here, this is a 15X01. This stuff lasts all day, smells super amazing. It's just, man, the newer batches are a shadow of what they used to be. Now, this did make my last year's list because, I felt comfortable with trying to track it down and, just finding that bottle, but not everyone's going to be able to do that. And honestly, as the years goes on, it's going to get harder and harder to find. So that is why it is at a honorable mention spot, just because the newer formulations as of now, to me, are not worth purchasing. So I will forever hold on to this bottle as long as I can. Plus, I do have Milestone from Armaf that is a pretty darn good backup, like 99% close. So those are the 2 honorable mention spots. So moving into the actual list, these are in no particular order. These are just the top 10 niche fragrances that I would keep for a lifetime if I had to get rid of everything else. So no particular order, starting off the list, not at the number 1 spot, but at the first spot. I think everyone needs to have that leather-based fragrance in their collection, especially for the fall and wintertime, for those dressed up occasions, for those times that you just want to feel a little bit swanky. This is Parfums de Marly Godolphin. This is my all-time favorite leather fragrance that I've smelled. So, but man, this is just so creamy, so rich, so thick, but at the same time, light and crisp. I don't know how that makes sense but if it does make sense. But there's a thickness to it that it lasts all day, but there's a lightness to it where it's not going to choke you out. Hopefully that made sense. And there's no berries listed in here, but I definitely get a berry accord from this, kind of like Tuscan leather, but I think this is just a little bit laid back, a little bit more smoother, a little bit easier to wear than Tuscan leather. So at the first spot is Parfums de Marly Godolphin. All right, guys, coming in at the next spot, like I said, no particular order, but this one means a lot to me. It really does. And I've talked to the guy about it. I don't want to say his name just yet to give it away, but I've talked to the guy about this, and I've told him that this is something that smells pretty similar to, you know, an aftershave that my grandpa used to wear. And I was very close to my grandpa, and that sunbeam is getting right there. Sorry about that. But this is something that my grandpa used to wear, like similar wise. It just smells like an aftershave that he used to have. And I love this stuff. Guys, this is Zaharoff Signature Pour Homme. Now, the guy I was talking about, obviously George, I have a pretty good relationship with George, talk with him, you know, regularly, but on an interview that I had with him, I told him that this is something that smells pretty similar to an aftershave that my grandpa used to have. It is, you know, it's more of an older gentleman style type of fragrance, kind of fougere-like almost, if you will, but there's a class and an elegance to this. Honestly, I think it's easy to wear. Some people would maybe disagree, but you know, it is a little bit of a heavier fragrance. There's some frankincense and some myrrh in here, so just a little bit of a thickness to it, but there's a juicy pear note in here. It just gives it kind of a modern twist to that you know, kind of classic gentleman style type of fragrance. So at the next spot, guys, this is Zaharoff Signature Pour Homme. All right, guys, so coming in at the next spot, this is a fragrance that is honestly pretty synonymous with my channel, especially in the springtime and in the fall time. I love this fragrance. It's good for, you know, all year round, but it's a little bit, it gets a little bit too hot and thick here where I'm at in southern Missouri to wear in the summertime. But the fragrance we're talking about, guys, this is Bleecker Street. This is Bleecker Street. This is Bleecker Street by Bond No. 9. I almost said it backwards, but Bond No. 9, Bleecker Street. Love this fragrance, guys. This is all about that fresh, kind of green, fresh cut grass with this blueberry note in here. Oh, it's so good. There's some cinnamon and vanilla, some oak moss in here, some violet leaf, guys. This stuff is just absolutely stunning. Nothing really else smells like this. I mean, they say Ralph Lauren purple smells like this. I haven't smelled that yet, so I can't, you know, concur with that, but nothing else. I mean, this is a very unique fragrance. It's kind of a love or hate. It does get kind of polarized thoughts in the community, but I absolutely love it. So at the next spot is Bleecker Street by Bond No. 9. All right, guys, so coming in at the next spot, this was my favorite release of 2021. This stuff has absolutely captivated me. It's opened my eyes and my mind, and most importantly, my nose up to more floral-based fragrances, especially the note of rose. So you might have guessed it if you've seen, you know, my favorite pickups of 2021. This stuff also comes from the house of Zaharoff, and this is Zaharoff Signature Rosé. This stuff is so flippin' sexy, guys. This is classy, sophisticated, just the perfect rose-based fragrance. It is super smooth. It's not old lady. It's not jammy. It's not old-fashioned. There's a freshness to it. Guys, this stuff is just top-notch. I love this stuff. The sillage that you get, the performance, the scent trail, the longevity, it's just second to none. So this had to make the list, guys. All right, guys, I do apologize about this sunbeam. It's nothing really a lot I can do about it, so I'm gonna try and move or whatever can to fix that. But anyways, so guys, coming in at the next spot, this is one of my all-time favorite fragrances. If not, I don't know if I have a favorite fragrance. Like I don't know if I could ever truly say that, but if there was ever like a top 3 spot that I had to choose from, this would definitely be it. So I love this fragrance, guys. It smells like me. It makes me, if I were a fragrance in a bottle, this is what I would hope to encompass. This is what I would hope that I would come off like, guys. This fragrance means a lot to me. It was a pretty big moment whenever I actually got this fragrance. Like my first bottle of this, I just felt like I had like status almost, guys. That's just what this fragrance has encompassed, and over the years it has become just a little bit more diluted and watered down, but I still think that even the current formulations are that good, and they do perform still pretty well. So I couldn't not include this, guys. I love this stuff. Creed's Aventus, like, it had to be in the list, guys. This is a 17 Q11 batch, and it just, guys, I have 5 bottles of this stuff. I love it. Like, it everyone says it when they smell this, oh yeah, this reminds me of Tyler. Like, this stuff I wear all the time. I've put a dent into this. I have, like I said, 3 more bottles up top, 5 more bottles somewhere in there. I've kind of lost count actually now, but this stuff, it is just absolutely gorgeous. If you haven't heard about it, if you're new to the fragrance community and you're just now getting into it, just fresh pineapple, bergamot, there's some rose, vanilla, a little bit of jasmine. Guys, this stuff, it's fresh, smoky pineapple. Like, that's the best way to put it. It makes me think of summer. It makes me think of just hanging out with my friends and barbecuing and just good times. Like, I love this fragrance, guys. Creed's Aventus had to be on the list. All right, guys, at the next spot, it's kind of funny, I didn't mean to put these together, but it's just kind of how it worked out. So as I said with Creed's Aventus, if there was ever like a top 3 spot for my all-time favorite fragrance, Creed would be in here, Creed's Aventus would be in here, and so would this fragrance, guys. This is Gravitas Pour Homme from Naughton and Wilson, from our own Dan Naughton, Mr. Smelly. Man, this is stunning, guys. This is brilliant. Like, I love this fragrance. This also smells like me. Like, there's a couple fragrances that when I wear, people are like, man, that just reminds me of you. And this is one, guys. This is a creamy, citrusy, modern day barbershop fougere type of fragrance, guys. The citruses in here, the mandarin orange that you get in here, the vanilla, the ambergris, the sandalwood, guys, just the lavender in here. It is absolutely stunning. The bottle, I love everything about this fragrance, guys. This had to be in here. This to me is how a man should smell, like a classy, sophisticated type of gentleman, kind of like the Zaharoff. Although the Zaharoff, you know, it's a different type of gentleman style, but there's just moments in your life as a man, I believe, where you need to just smell like a man, and that definitely encapsulates that. And it just, man, I love that fragrance, guys. So Gravitas Pour Homme definitely had to be on the list. All right, guys, so the next one on the list, this might you know, ruffle some feathers a little bit, just because I do like this better than Creed's Green Irish Tweed. This smells similar to it, but this one is fresher. There's a tea note in here. I've talked about this several times actually, and honestly, it's just, I don't know, I've fallen in love with this. This will always be in my collection, especially for the spring and summertime, guys. It makes me think of spring. It makes me think of birds chirping, flowers coming back into bloom, trees coming back into bloom, blue skies and sunny days, guys. This is Shea Bond, guys. I love this stuff. Like I said, it does smell like Creed's Green Irish Tweed, but it's just better in my opinion. Like, it's fresher, it's more youthful, it's not quite as mossy or earthy, if you will. There's a freshness to it, and that green, not the green, but the tea note in there, it gives it kind of a relaxing type of vibe to it. So Shea Bond by Bond number 9 had to be in the list. All right, guys, so getting right along with the list, I honestly tried my hardest. As I really sat down and thought about this list, I tried not having too many fragrances from one house, but I just couldn't do it. Like, I could not leave this one out. There's just, I don't know, sometimes you get those houses where they just resonate with your personality. They just resonate with who you are. And this house has definitely done so. Now, this was a collaboration, so it wasn't all his work, but I mean, guys, this stuff is just absolutely incredible. This is the perfect, in my opinion, winter date night fragrance. This is sexy, it's seductive, it is just evocative of just a date night, guys. This stuff is absolutely amazing. This is from the House of Zaharoff in a collaboration with Curly Sense. This is the Siren. And to say that a fragrance that, like, these fragrances just came out like last year, to say that they're already going to be a lifelong fragrance, that speaks to the quality behind these fragrances and what they mean. Like, guys, this stuff, it is sexy, it's boozy, it's got cognac, it's got almond and ginger. Guys, this stuff is just amazing. There's a chocolatey vibe, but it really honestly is just this sweet, boozy, a tiny hint of tobacco, not a lot, but you get that cognac accordion, you get the almond, you get the ginger. Guys, this stuff is just a sexy fragrance, and it is perfect for the cooler weather, fall and winter. Mainly winter is whenever I would decide to wear this, but this stuff is absolutely amazing. Compliment magnet, guys. The sillage that you get from this is absolutely incredible. It's just a lifelong fragrance, guys. I love it, and I can't get enough of it, guys. So the Siren from Zaharoff and in collaboration with Curly Sense had to make the list. All right, guys, we are down to our last 2 fragrances. Thank you so much for watching this far. I do appreciate that. And this is a fragrance that I actually wore yesterday. I love this fragrance, especially in the fall and winter time. This just makes me think of important moments, even though I did wear it casually, but makes me think of important moments. It makes me think of just spending time with my family around the holidays. And, you know, I celebrate the biblical feast days and just what those mean to me. And the name actually just encompasses that perfectly, guys. This is from one of my favorite houses. It's from the house of Amouage, and this is Jubilation 25. And I've talked about this several different times, guys. Just blackberry, honey, incense, oud, frankincense, myrrh. There's some ginger, guys. This stuff, man, it has everything but the kitchen sink. But this stuff, it smells like Middle Eastern royalty. Like, this stuff is absolutely stunning. I love this stuff. The blackberry in here, man, it is just so captivating. I love this stuff. It smells masculine. It smells just like a sultan. Like, honestly, like, just imagine being in like a Middle Eastern palace, or I don't even know, guys. This stuff is just absolutely gorgeous. I love it. It smells important. It smells regal, sophisticated. It smells like a sultan. I guess I'm gonna say it 5 more times, but I love this stuff, guys. Jubilation 25 definitely had to be on the list. All right, guys, we are down to the last fragrance. And before I show this one, I do want to say, like I said, I try not to pick stuff from the same house if I can help it, but I also do have a limited collection. And I only want to put stuff in the video that I have and I've spent time with, and, you know, that fragrances that I know and they give me certain feelings. And so that's why some of these are, you know, from the same house, because once I like a house, I explore that house. Just, I'm sure, you know, most of you do. So I just wanted to preference that. And if you see, man, this guy just got lots of stuff in the same house, well, that's why. Because once I get attached to a house, I want to explore the house and see what other offerings they have. So coming in at the last spot, not necessarily because it's not my favorite, but just like I said, it's a non-numbered list, guys. This stuff, man, this is absolutely amazing. This one actually does hold a pretty special place in my heart, just because I wore it to Florida on vacation, and I got rebaptized in Florida in the ocean. And I don't know, this fragrance, it reminds me of that moment, and that was very special to me. I'm a man of faith, and I don't shy away from that. I'm a huge believer in Jesus, and this one, I wore this on the day I got baptized, and it just makes me think of that moment, guys. This is Creed's Arofa. This stuff is so just amazing, guys. Lemon, lime, bergamot, sea notes, marine, aquatic, fresh, sea salty notes. I think I already said that, but there's a bit of a musky tone to this in the opening. It kind of does have a almost like a gentleman type of quality to it for the first maybe 3-5 minutes, somewhere in there, but then it settles down and you get just this beautiful citrusy, fresh, aquatic, marine type of fragrance. And it's kind of what it's supposed to be evocative of. It's supposed to make you think of, you know, sailing on a boat in the Mediterranean Sea, just a bright, sunshiny day. You get the mist from the ocean just kind of blowing up in your face, and that smell of the water, and then you get the smell of, you know, the islands around from like the fresh citrus trees. And it's just amazing fragrance, guys, and I love it, and it will always be in my collection, and it means something to me. So that's one of the beautiful things about fragrances, is what they can do for you in your memories, and just, you know, they can capture a moment in time for you that you can always think about. So anyways, guys, that is the list. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Like I said, this is an open tag video. I wanna see at least some people do this. I wanna know how your tastes have changed, and, you know, what different fragrances you got in that have just, man, captured you, and what fragrances are important to you. So what fragrances would be, you know, in your collection for life. So I want to know what your 10 niche list would be for life. So open tag video, guys, hoping to see some people do that. So anyways, guys, comment down below what you thought of the video. If you liked the list, if you didn't, you know, I want to know about it. If you have some of these, would these also be in your you know, top 10 list? So let's open that comment section up, and I'm going to catch you guys there. I'm also going to catch you guys on the next video. And like I always say, if you love it, wear it.